Okay, so we do have the Bulba hero pickup, Legion Commander. Can purge off like a casted Inkswell. Could
Mm.
definitely. How can Legion Commander could definitely handle a lot of trees if there's a big tree push.
I mean, their strategy really revolves around abusing all
10
the heals
seconds
that they have, and
remaining.
like think about the synergy that they have. Like if Alchemist is able to, hit some key
5
timings, it's
seconds
like he's
remaining.
actually unstoppable with the boat buff, with the Chen heals, and the Legion dispel, and an additional heal for him too. And how much they're really protecting this Alchemist. Because what was
Evil
popular about not just the
geniuses
Chen
turn
Alchemist
to
was like the
ban.
Omni that they people used to run back in the days, and also it was two heroes that really he really abused, which was Legion and Omni, that enabled this Alchemist as much as it did. And then throw in a Kunkka as well, an extra boat buff.
Yeah, and really sounds like one of those typical four protect one kind of lineups that I
10
hear about.
seconds remaining.
And forcing Crazy to just respond
5
mostly on the
seconds
Alchemist
remaining.
could definitely leave them vulnerable to what EG fan out for the
Evil
rest of their draft.
geniuses turn to pick.
And they have the crit pick now, we wager. I don't know if Grimstroke really changes much of what he wanted to decide to do. It does reveal Nature's Prophet being in the off lane. So,
Snapfire. I still think they have a lot of melee already, so I think Crit can get away with a range hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Snapfire?
yeah, Snapfire,
5
Phoenix?
seconds remaining.
Oh,
Phoenix.
Phoenix is banned.
He just played Willow. I don't know if Willow has like that puck synergy or really
I think Willow's
anything,
out of here. He's retired.
Yeah, done with the one.
Back to retirement.
Gosh, what
Radiant
else is in
team
the
pick.
crit book? Oh wow,
Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon.
Another save for
Another
Alchemist.
save. Wow.
Yeah.
Everything for Master Alk on this
Yeah, they
one.
wanted to balance their draft. They didn't want another melee hero, so because they have 3 melee cores already. Interesting.
Yeah, not
10
really a one to
seconds
call to
remaining.
action in the earlier mid game to like roam around and set up. I guess that would be
5
more on
seconds
Chen if he
remaining.
wants to do such a thing. What do you think are possible shortcomings to EG's draft though? Is what the holes that we could see?
I mean, this draft was just really built for the Alchemist alone, to really protect him, and no matter like if he just even gets a decent game, he's gonna be extremely enabled by this Legion commander. Well, with this whole not just the Legion commander, his whole team is a buffer for him.
Yeah.
And I feel crazy right now. They lack control. They lack what they are. I was like, gonna say they can't even really split push because Kunkka and Legion they have for catch. I'm not sure what they can really run. Maybe like Terrorblade isn't that good. It counters the illusions as well. I would say illusion heroes are generally pretty good, but Legion Commander and Shadow Demon kind of cover that weakness in department of what EG lacks, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
Alchemist and Kunkka isn't that great versus illusions, but the Legion and Lane is really good, and Shadow Demon's good overall for the game. First, it was actually a pretty well-rounded draft by EG. If unless Timber was in the game, but they banned out for their next picks, right?
Yeah. And the Ursa too.
You may now
But they get the
select your
troll,
heroes.
who's one of the other better cores who can kind of just throw down when it comes to melee on melee fights. But he doesn't have all of those huge defensive bailouts, clearly, that EG are going to be able to bring to the table. They are hoping that he gets the benefit of more offensive action, whether it's the crowd control of the Invoker, Grimstroke hitting him with the Inkswell, Tusk hopefully to jump on those backliners and prevent them from getting the saves. Maybe Kazu also causing a bit of craziness. But I'm going to agree with you. EG's lineup does feel pretty much, fully intact of what they want to do essentially in this game. It's a matter of if Crazy can disrupt that flow, keep Alchemist in check. Battle for the bounties. I mean, they have Nature's Prophet. Maybe he can teleport around and put up contention for
10
bounties. Tusk can
seconds
fight over
remaining.
bounties.
Crazy's level 1 is a lot better in terms of contesting
5
bounties
Mhm.
seconds
because of
remaining.
the Chen. Shadow Demon's like okay in terms of contesting, but this Alk is like pretty useless when it comes to contesting himself.
Yeah.
And it's like they have more stuns and disables. They dish out much more damage from Crazy's side. But I would say like if this Grimstroke, if it wasn't a Grimstroke, it was like an Oracle or something. I think like I would like Crazy's draft a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not over. I wouldn't like their draft more, but it would make their lineup a little bit better. Just because like you have some sort of save and protection for this troll. Because instead, it's like if they have a stun lockdown, like Legion can just he feels pretty free this game. And whoever Legion duels is just gonna die because I believe you can't snowball the person that's getting dueled. I could be wrong actually, but I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't think I've ever seen that now that I recall it, so I imagine it
Yeah.
can't be possible.
So they don't really have like a good save for this Legion commander.
Not like a dependable, quick save. You don't want to bank on an Inkswell finally going off or anything of that nature. Maybe a Invoker Tornado will hold things off a bit, but nothing that can, get that direct get-out-of-jail-free card, if you will. All right, well, we do have a draft underway. Let's get into it. It's a very hype game number 3. We'll see if we'll be living evil or going crazy on this one. Evil Geniuses have a pretty damn solid draft. Go crazy. It's on them to kind of amount to a stronger early game and, fight over bounties, keep this Alchemist in check, and don't really let him swell up into the mighty beast we've seen from time and time again.
I think what EG can do is potentially just 5-man a rune, so they can secure at least 2 runes for sure.
They're
Or they can
definitely
potentially
4-manning bottom at least, so yeah, that might be the play.
Crazy is kind of doing something similar to.
Yeah, scouting things out with the trees for now. Looks like they see Bulba approaching high ground on one side. They only have 3 from the crazy side to defend this.
We are 5-manning it.
Yep, they're pulling Ryoya over too. Crazy going to send both Kezu and Moon up there? Is Moon going to come back to the other
30
side?
seconds to battle.
Yeah, they scout. They see nobody up top, but I don't think there's any chance Moon's going to make it over there. Is he? It's 25 seconds. We're going to see a 4-on-5 throwdown?
They might actually do an aggro from EG as well. No, Elka's going top.
All right, but it may leave a 4-on-4 here down bottom.
Begins.
Oh no, EG just going to step away, let them get that single bounty.
Nice play there by Crazy, at least denying
Yeah.
1 rune for himself. Well, Elk didn't even get his Greevils, he got the acid spray. I think he just really wanted to make sure to win his lane, and I think maybe accepting. I think if he was able to get 2 runes, he would have got the greed, but getting 1 rune, it's not really worth it because he's just gonna lose his lane, and he wants to make sure that he wins his lane. Arteezy is the type of player that's like very like
Denied.
he prioritizes on winning his lane more than anything. And that's what makes him a great player.
Fly taking the long trip up to that top lane to join Arteezy's side on the Alchemist here. Mid lane Ryoya matching up against Bryle's Invoker. The block was pretty split both sides. Ryoya is just kind of inching in a couple of CS early on this one.
Fly actually got Holy Persuasion first, so he's gonna be able to take 1 summon here.
Nice. Takes the Treant for himself. Does the Treant become permanent now? No, it doesn't.
No,
I
no
was
matter
gonna
what
say.
you steal from summon targets, it has a timer on it.
Yeah, fair enough. That shows how much I play Chen. Oh, Torrent. Bryle actually walks into that one. Cute little delay. Allows Ryoya to get that last hit in. Snipe some denies. More last hits. Damn.
Last game of the day here, Dakota. We can't miss First Blood.
Yeah, help me out here, brother. Got to keep the peripherals on lock. What do you think if you had to wager where First Blood is going to happen? If there is a First Blood, where is it going down?
It's one of the side lanes for sure.
That's a fair wager.
That's 66% chance down.
Yeah, nice.
I'll go with bottom.
Yeah.
I think bottom in favor of Crazy. Okay, regardless, I feel Crazy will get First Blood. How about that?
Okay, I like that.
But
That's a 50-50
I think the
chance.
priority would be bottom. And then here, mid lane,
What are you doing? Don't do
Yeah.
that to me.
he's going crazy. We're
Alright.
fighting.
Gotta go crazy. Can't fake it either. Bryle's able to get the salve off. Flexes that early bit of regen and gets himself back in order. But, I mean, look at the Kunkka. 14
Mid lane,
and
mid lane.
5. Oh, are you serious now? Torrent, Ryoya?
He's actually out of mana for Cold Snap.
So salve's going to be
Actually-
there.
Yeah. That might have been a kill there.
Walks in, slaps him with the cleave, lets him know I'm still living on. I'm gonna be fine. But man, that mid lane definitely getting a bit feisty here, more than obviously we anticipated.
If Arteezy missteps a little bit here, Moon. They're going for potential kill here on top.
Tag team, running him down. Good shard block. Moon Meander locks him in, and they get the finish. He hands it off to Kezu to pick it up, and that's gonna be your first blood. That tag team, man.
Yeah, it's just both of their side lanes. They have a lot of kill threat with Troll, Warlord, and Grim. And then obviously the Tuskar is just really nice to have. That was good by Moon, what he did though. He just like, he was very patient. He was just camping and hiding in fog. And the moment like Arteezy misstepped and he ran out of the trees and trapped them. Because if you just ran from the lane, then Arteezy would like understand like, I don't want to play on this side anymore. And I want to play away from it. But he was just hiding in fog the whole time.
Well, don't worry, Demon. We caught the first blood, so pressure's off now. We can
Yeah, the
miss
pressure,
everything moving forward.
Like
We'll be fine.
I understand it's the last game of the day and all, but you know.
20
Pressure ball.
CS for the troll in the bottom lane is looking pretty nice, but Bulb is still getting a lot of CS himself, fully working on the tower, both getting their own in that bottom lane. Ryoya inching ahead a little bit, maybe tip his way as far as the advantage, and then top lane with Crazy getting the first blood is pretty nice. So R2 still manages to scrap together CS. Really hard to gauge who's scoring big in the laning phase right now.
I think no matter what, it's like I feel like Crazy feels like they're gonna be playing on a timer when it comes to like this mid game. If Alchemist is even just doing average in the game, he's doing, you know, he's top of the net worth, right? We're almost there. Mid lane is
Yeah, Brile was able to grab that regen and dished out everything he had onto Ryoya, who's now stuck waiting for more regen to come his way.
that's like the saddest part about this like mid matchup. This one region, like you know, all the brawls that they've. Oh,
Yeah,
this is
don't
it?
get too greedy now. Gets caught with a
He's
cold
act-
snap. One
He's
more
gonna
right
die. He
click.
has a-
Oh my god, no, he calculated. He's like, it's fine. I will uke him out of that last hit. He'll
Well,
be
I'm
fine.
surprised Brile didn't chase that. His tornado was up in like 2 seconds.
It's up now. Is he trying to snipe a potential salve instead? No, the salve will be there, and he's not even going to try to throw the tornado, it looks like. I do see a rotation here towards the mid lane. Crit showed up.
He was stacking and securing the bounty rune there. Moon trying to make well, another rotation here. Arteezy.
You know, they're I was gonna say it looked like they were trying to body block him a little bit, but they're just pulling the tree out away from the scary acid spray.
It's actually pretty nice. This Chun, he's just able to like right click down the tree ends with the acid, and then just stealing the other ones.
And there comes Moon, unleashing mighty right clicks. Look how much damage it is. Oh my goodness. This is not like even a Blightstone Nature's Prophet or anything of that. This is all tag team. Now Fly will be able to keep right clicking down Moon, you know, under that acid spray a bit and get the return kill. But that is 2 takedowns of your Alchemist.
I think he was able to buy it. No, he still has gold left over. Thought he bought his items before. Ryoya is level 6 now, but you know he's not very healthy, and he's, you know, Kunkka never buys bottle, but in this situation, like he's kind of adapting to, you know, this Invoker where he's always running out of mana, so he's opting for this bottle on his hero.
Trouble top, Fly getting jumped by Moon. One more right click could do it, and he gets it done. Now Moon in a bit of trouble though. He eats a lot of damage under that acid spray, so both him and Kezu actually had to bail out from the lane on Arteezy's return. So I guess R2 were able to kind of break back even after the previous kill.
Oh, he definitely feels a lot better. That's a very good trade for the Alchemist. He
Mid?
got like
EMP? Sorry, we have trouble in Paradise as Ryoya, the Kunkka, trying to run out. Rotation in from Kezu, hits him with the Sprout. He eats the Fairy Fire. He dishes out the boat. He takes a swig of the mighty rum to survive. Pops the salve. Oh my god, this man's making it away. To the high ground he goes, and out towards his friends. Kezu eating lots of right kicks and stole the little Treant who's chasing him down. They
don't
have to
forget
retreat.
about the heal amplification from his bottle because of the Chem there as well.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That did look like an unusual amount of heal.
And now Artur is like very happy, all these stacks in the jungle. But Moon Meander, you know, reading the map pretty well. It's
Yeah.
like, hey,
No one's
The
top.
Alchemist
Let us fight.
actually
look,
doesn't. he
Takes
sees
the outpost so
Alchemist
someone
side.
can TP to it. But as he finishes, there's already a TP on the way.
That's good. I mean, that's really good. That if he didn't do that, then this Tuskar would have been able to like disrupt this Alchemist's farm.
Dire's top tower is under
I
attack.
definitely like that move. Leaves the lane open for Bryle, though, at the mid for the time being, forcing the attention and rotation from Ryoya out. Fly also a part of this top lane mix still. Leaves Bulba way down south. We haven't been able to check on little Bulba down here and how he's doing on this Legion Commander. Looks like 37-4 to match up against Skeeter, who is 46-5 on the troll.
Now I'm understanding this Shadow Demon pick. It's for stack, and to say like to help accelerate this.
Yeah, the stack game on
Fun.
Shadow Demon is actually insane.
Yeah.
He just does it again easily. Just throw one little poison from afar.
Oh, he missed the medium count.
Oh, I mean, if he really was being nerd sweaty, he probably watched the YouTube videos on how to stack all the camps with the poison ticks.
The double stack is. Oh yeah, that one's actually. That's like stacking 4 camps. The 3
Yeah.
camp should be relatively
Are
easy.
scanning.
The 4 is like the nerdy part.
That's some nerdy stuff. But you know, I wouldn't put it past Crit. I know he's sweating those YouTube videos at night trying to figure it out.
I don't know
you
about crit, but
Oh, really?
AUI,
AUI.
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, that would make sense. This guy's pulling out
Well,
boneless strats. I'm sure he's checking
don't
YouTube.
Don't forget about their coach too, man. Dubu, man.
Oh, Dubu. That's right. Has Dubu been in the
Dubu.
lobbies? I don't think I've seen him in the lobbies. Must be just watching the tapes, you know. One of those kind of coach. One of those kind of coaches. All right. Well, bit of a pause here as we get underway. Tomorrow, this is our last game of the day. Long day, 2 full best of 3s here. But tomorrow we are going to be back at it again. We go to the lower bracket where we'll get to see Thunder Predator yet again as they will face off against Business Associates. And then Cloud9, who are on their dark horse run back, you know, losing every series possible until they face EG. And then EG gives them the juice, kind of like Space Jam style. And now suddenly Cloud9 are winning every game. And we'll see if they can kind of continue that run all the way through the lower bracket in the Pro Series here.
Let's see what's going on here. So, I mean, where's this Chen? He's just soaking up the XP top. Even if he dies up here, he's like, it doesn't matter too much because he's almost actually level 6 already, you know, soaking up all this XP in this lane.
Yeah.
It's like 8.5 minutes. He's pretty much level 6. This Shadow Demon's like level 5. They have so many levels on their supports.
I mean, it's nice
Gee,
that
wow.
they could step away from the
Grimstroke too.
lane and just...
Grimstroke's level 6.5. How did that happen?
Wait, Owie was he in this top lane?
No, he was bottom
No.
laning with Troll. They're both level 6
I
already.
think
but-
he must have just done a lot of side pulls and took all of the creeps to the camps and farmed it by himself and left mostly Skeeter to the lane. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Support's getting
Yeah,
to
but-
level 6 before 10 minutes. It's always pretty nice.
It's at 8 minutes.
I know,
He's level
I-
6.5.
eight
He's
is
almost level
insane.
7. But the thing is, it's like neutrals don't give that much EXP. That's the problem. That's why I'm trying to understand it.
Sounds like you gotta check the tape.
I gotta check the tape.
Gotta check
I
the
definitely
tapes.
do.
Figure out how this guy got so much ridiculous XP. Looks like they might be able to burst down Fly just before he gets... Oh, he got to level 6.
Worth it.
He serves his purpose in the lane, getting up the solo XP.
The mid lane is kind of sad right now. Ryoya, he had a
Top tower
pretty
is
rough
under
laning
attack.
start. That regen really changed the matchup entirely because the matchup was like fairly even. And the moment he kind of got regen, like this Invoker just started snowballing out of control. But he is making a play towards bottom now with Legion.
Got Duel, got Boat.
Chen,
Dire's top
Chen's
tower
TPing over.
is
Maybe
under
he'll.
attack.
No,
Chen's
he's not
coming.
gonna- Shadow Demon wants to continuously pressure this mid lane. But
Kez is pushing out this top lane and is near finishing this tier 1. If they make a jump on bottom lane, he could TP down there, though. Could even fire off the ulti from here and then get in on bottom. So if EG want to get something done down here, they got to do it
Radiant's
fast.
middle
Oh,
tower is under
Ryoya misclicked. He double clicked X on himself.
I was going to say, I heard an X, but I don't see it. And that's a bit awkward. Hand of God has to come out. Chases on for the troll, and there's Kezu, and immediately gets put into the ball. But Bryle able to get the catch onto Fly. Obviously, a gank for EG that didn't go as expected.
So EG did secure both outposts. Shadow Demon's picking up a tome now. He's gonna be level 8 from that.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
We lose Kezu's courier. Like to some creeps. But you said they got both outposts?
Yeah, EG secured both outposts.
Damn.
They weren't able to get it on. Crazy.
So that is a nice chunk of XP going the way of EG. You already mentioned how these supports are pretty leveled up.
Our tour just needs like a couple more minutes, and the moment they kind of finish this Radiance, they're gonna feel like really good. A lot of pauses here.
Yeah, guys, what's going on? The routing? Not great for everybody, obviously, given the situation. Everybody's sitting at home trying to theme their streams of choice.
Even though this vessel is gonna be really nice for the game, it's like that's why they have this hero like Legion to be able to dispel it anytime, and then Shadow Demon for this extra save. They're making a smoke play towards the jungle now from Crazy, trying to kick Alchemist out.
Moon smoke pops. They'll settle for mid lane. Jump on the Bulba. Fly nearby. Crit there as well. Able to dish out the disruption. Gets the nice save. Kezu looks to fire down onto Crit where possible, but Crit is running out the other side while Bulba helps him out. Moon moves in. Here comes the boat, though. Ryoya coming to play. Big shark bite. Moon pops the wand, looks to run, gets a nice shard block, and runs down the staircase and makes it away.
Unfortunate from the EMP actually drained the Centaur's mana there, so I didn't have any mana to follow up with the boat. Skeeter is farming, but you know, our tour's on top of the net worth, and that whole time, a minute later, he just upped his net worth by another 1,000. He's 200 away from his relic now. He's not having much pressure.
I mean, can
And-
Troll go toe-to-toe with Alchemist being lower net worth at any point with a certain way he itemizes, or is Alchemist always going to win that fight as long as he's out on top?
No, Troll is a much better carry than Alchemist, but usually Alchemist is like 5k, 4 to 5k net worth higher, so, you know, when you're fighting with like an item or two more, then of course, you know, you're going to be favored. But if Troll's able to finish like his SNY plus like one more item, then he can definitely stand toe-to-toe with Alchemist.
Yeah. The problem is this is not always going to be a one-on-one, I imagine, and EG have the plethora of defensive help available to them that we talked about in the draft.
Yeah, so they have the thing where they're able to buff this Alchemist so much with heals, attack speed amplification, saves, and like, you know, damage buffs, right?
Yeah.
And this Troll, he's gonna go in, and his only buff is gonna be this tag. It's nice, which is the tag team. You know, he'll be dishing out an extra like 100 damage per hit.
Mhm.
But aside from that, they don't really have a save for him. So like, Boba's priority, like if he just duels this Troll before he gets his battle trance off, then you know he'll always just die in the fights.
They're looking to finish out this tier 1 bottom lane. Ryoya standing on top of his ward, scouting of any possible rotation, but he has now been spotted and quickly jumped and finished. Troll committing the ult right away to burst down that Kunkka. And
Oh, no,
EG
Bulba.
hightail it the hell out of there if possible. Bulba may be caught. No, not hit with the stroke.
I mean, what they're doing. Oh, 2 TPs towards top on the outpost.
Oh, look at this. He shows up in the Ghost Walk. Artua's like, I'm out of here. I don't want to hang out around this. I want to farm. That's what I do.
I don't want to be part of this.
You guys are good. You handle it as a foursome. I'll get you guys later. Pressure still continues from Crazy on the bottom. But they're not able to cross the line and do any work on that tier 1 tower for the time being. Bryle's still in the Ghost Walk, kind of creeping out a bit.
Ichi's very good in the aspect of making space for this Alchemist. You know, they don't want to just sit on top of Alchemist, camping wards and securing his farm. They want to be able to be active on the map, make space, and making the enemy run towards them, towards the fight, rather than towards this Alchemist.
Disruption to avoid the snowball. And look at that. Crit was hit with the vessel, and they purge it off right away. A catch onto Moon. And it's R2, or he actually gets the last hit. Alchemist in the neighborhood manages to swing around and get a good punch in.
I love the tips, man. I wish I see more tips. Crit just tipped Moon Meander there, or crit tipped Bryle actually.
What do you think the message is he's trying to say with that tip?
Nice spell casting, bro.
But Crazy not letting up on this bottom lane. Still hanging around. Bryle. Back on the
Fly
warpath.
solo smoking to secure this bounty rune.
Oh, yeah, way up. I see top there. I don't want to divert my attention to bottom where they're fighting over the bounty runes. Moon rolls up to the high ground. Uppercuts crit. It's like, you want to tip me? I'll give you something to tip. Brings him down. Can he make it out with his life, though? He's been X'd. They pull him back into the boat and finish him off with the duel on top. Bulba takes the extra damage, and Artur gets that kill as well. Couldn't ask for anything better if you're an alchemist. And then he just takes his business up top and will farm there. But they still own that. They still have that damn outpost.
I mean, I like what Crazy's doing though. You know, like, he saw that the Alchemist TP top, and the moment that Alchemist revealed himself, this Bryle, he immediately TP'd. Nice.
But how does Artur know that they're like potentially there? Like, he doesn't commit hard enough to the lane to push out past the tower. It's like he's just casually.
It's
I'll
too
go
far.
somewhere else.
It doesn't feel good to like rush out like that, even though you're just getting one creep,
Yeah.
a couple of creeps up there. It's like that's the greedy play, right? And it's
Yeah.
like a smart, like a smart veteran play, I would say. Because a lot of people would have like, hey, I TP'd up here. I'm not just gonna get 3 creeps here. I'm going for the next wave, no matter what. And that's just like a rookie move right there for Artur.
Well,
There's a lot of veteran experience.
good game sense for him. Reads the situation right. Kezu fights his way all the way through that tower and will score the last hit, while the rest of his team have moved into the pit to battle it out with the Roche. He'll TP inside to join them, and with this troll and tag team, we should be able to make quick work of it. Doesn't seem like EG are going to bother.
Look at that tag team damage on Roche.
It's something special there. And Alacrity troll. Like, it definitely, they can't dump in too much to defensively bail out Skeeter on his troll, but they can definitely ramp him up.
As much as he will be amped up here, EG's Kunkka's building a halberd. Artur's actually going for a halberd as well to amplify the heals that his team enables him, and on top of that, another defensive item. It's offense and defense together.
Oh man, and I don't see a BKB coming up for troll. He's got other plans.
And he needs the MKB because of the misses as well.
Yeah. Need to be able to do damage, but can't do damage if you are disarmed. There they roll in, looking to go for the jump on Alchemist. It's a cross-country track to get this one. Kezu sweeps in from behind. Bulba waits. Hits him with the Purge. He runs forward with the stun. Gets hit with a Tornado. Can't find the target. Will he stun himself? No. Managed to get it off onto the troll. They spurge onto him, but a nice duel. Bulba pulls him right to his sights, and they will finish off that Aegis. Alk, though, also going to go down. They managed to muscle it forward. Kezu fighting with his last breath here. Also, Bryle very low, nearly goes down to the cleave, and eventually they both will fall. Ryoya picking up the reins and fighting forward with his damage, but now has to face the second round of the troll. Hand to God, not nearly going to be enough. It's Skeeter here who's cleaning house. It's a 1v3, and he's still doing work here. Nate just probably buys back. Oh, he slams down the ult and helps get the secondary kill onto Bulba there. Oh,
Bulba kind of jumped the gun there in terms of trying to save Artur. Like, Shadow Demon already kind of saved him, and he instantly just pressed the attack him immediately after he popped out of Disruption. And because of that, Bryle was a little patient with how he used his Vessel. And the moment he kind of saw that, he threw the Vessel on top of him. But, you know, you kind of saw, like, EG barely won the fight after, and then until Troll kind of revived and killed them all. But if, you know, we're just a little bit more patient with our spells there, he would have got his press attack just a little bit later. I think EG would have been able to team wipe that really easily.
yeah, because my follow-up would be, you know, was that satisfying enough for Crazy? Using their Aegis, they got the jump on the Alk and took him out, but when the dust settles, they pretty much break even in terms of gold and XP exchange, and they're not really following it up with objectives in the game to advance it further.
Yeah, on top of that, they had to expend the buyback, and that whole time, you know, Alchemist now, he's like, if you thought that part was hard to kill because, you know, EG kind of messed up a little bit there, but like they know, like, hey, you know, Bulba probably understands now, like, I messed up a little there. I'm gonna be a little bit more patient with my press the attack to debuff you, and, you know, let crit kind of save you. And now finishing a halberd as well. I don't see how they're going to be able to dish out the damage to kill the alchemist again.
Yeah, round 2 certainly going to feel a lot tougher with these new items. And look at Artur confidently strutting up to the high ground. Does get isolated from his team a bit with the shards, but there's plenty of cast range to get the disruption off. Nature's ult. Snowballs in. They look to target fly, but pops the mech. Artur looks to take it to Moon. Still trying to run around here a bit. Now finds sight on the troll, and with the duel, they lock him in his spot. Artur can't get off the right click. He's stuck in his spot. The disarm, though, also going to be committed onto the troll and the disruption. He still continues to fight forward with that ulti. Turns back onto Artur, but eventually will fall down. Decides to buy back. Wants the TB back under the outpost to go in again. KheZu and Aoi, they run out the other side, and look who's coming in from behind. It's Skeeter once again. Hit him with the disruption. Crit gets hit with the sprout. And EG decide to turn and run where possible. Obviously Crazy want to make the most out of this buyback troll. But is that enough?
They're all going to immediately run towards top, secure these bounty runes. Oh, Ryo is trying to go for it.
Radiant's middle tower is
Not
under
going to get it.
attack.
Bryle's there. And look at this KheZu coming in.
Oh,
Nice block.
shoot back.
They'll run him down. Tries to go for the TP, but they got firepower to finish him off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it's like, do you really feel good about that, expending 2 buybacks, especially from your carry there? And, like, they did end up winning the team fight, but the key hero did not die, which is the
Yeah.
alchemist.
It's the
And
second
this
fight
draft
where they're
is, like,
spending a lot.
This draft is entirely built up of one hero, right? And it's all about this alchemist. And if you're unable to kill him, which it's like you saw him, he ran into a high ground completely blind, knowing how strong he is because of his team sitting behind him.
He wasn't even able to really get out any optimal damage until the later half of the fight, it seemed. At first, he was kind of stuck running around trying to find a target. And then ultimately, when he got his hands on the troll, it definitely hurt.
Yeah, he was being kited quite a bit there in the fights, but at the same time, Troll was too, through
Dire's
True.
the halberd.
tower is under attack.
And after the halberd kind of wore off, Crit being clutch with his disruption, so Troll wasn't able to lifesteal anything at all. He pretty much wasted his ult through the halberd and the disruption.
We'll have to see what Crazy want to do to try to hold on to power in this game if possible, or if the Mountie Alchemist Overlord is just going to continue to reign king.
KheZu might be the hidden core that Crazy really needs to pull this win off as well. Finishing off his
Man.
Orchid now.
He's got
really
a lot
fat.
of
He's the
net
highest
worth. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. He's got top net worth for the team. And he's going to set up the
Dire's
AC
bottom
here.
tower is under attack.
Ryo
Dire's
is
structures
struggling
are
a bit. He's not
fortified.
really having super great game at the moment. The same with Bryle. Actually, both mid players are struggling a bit despite like Invoker having a pretty nice start.
Ryo's going to show himself mid. Could
Dire's bottom
possibly be a
tower
little
has
bit of a
fallen.
bait here as EG smoke to the other
Radiant
side.
structures are
Crazy were
fortified.
just around the corner, but
Radiant's top
did not
tower is
pounce.
under attack.
looks like they'll just
Dire's
rendezvous
bottom
over with
tower is under
Arteezy.
attack.
Actually, they just bring him in.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They
attack.
know where they're at. As you can see, both lanes are pushed into their tier 1. Like, it's kind of obvious where Crazy is kind of
Dire's
standing right now.
structures are
Because no
fortified.
one's defending, no one's showing on the map aside from
Radiant's
this
top tower
Furion.
is under attack.
We'll be able to get 2
Dire's
tier
bottom
1s
tower
though
is
from
under
EG
attack.
in
Radiant's
exchange.
top tower has fallen.
Glyph again, Crazy? They didn't abuse the
Radiant's
double
middle
glyph
tower
there
has
because
fallen.
their tier 1 died. But Crazy is going to look
Dire's
into going
bottom
high ground,
tower has fallen.
at least forcing EG back
Radiant's middle
to
tower
base.
is under
No,
attack.
and they're not going to force it too much aside from just, well, this Furion is, and maybe they're just anticipating another play. And here they get, he X'd himself.
There's a nice benefit of having the Kunkka. But look at Crazy's approach. They've scouted out Artur in the mid lane. He's got help around the corner. They hit him with the Spear Vessel, but he gets purged off. Now the Grim's there. Disruption to bail him out. Skeeter caught with the duel and then finished off. And he has no buyback. Certainly do not have enough to deal with the Alchemist, especially when he's got friends around.
And he just can't touch him.
Not at all. They're trying to cut wave with the Treants. Slow
I
them
like
down.
that play from Crazy though. The anticipation of what they really wanted to do. the 4 people smoked back. Furion was still pushing this bottom into the tier 3. But fortunate enough, they have a Chen and they have a Kunkka with X to bring people back after defending. But they wanted one person to react, and the moment that one person reacts, Furion will TP into the fight, and Crazy already smoked into their faces. I think EG read the map pretty well, and yeah, they were able to outnumber them and bait the Alchemist with the 2 saves that they have.
Crit pinging out that there is vision.
So many pings going on.
I mean, they just committed lots of things happening. Bounties coming out. There was a Wrath of Nature, which may have revealed a couple of wards. So everybody pinging all over the place here. Looks like Fly. Yeah, they knew there was a ward up there.
Alchemist almost
he hit
has
that
a heart. Is less than 1,000 off.
All in on the art, huh? And no charges left on that Spirit Vessel for Bryle. That's a bit unfortunate. Obviously, very, very critical tool for them in these fights.
It still has the aura behind it, though. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
something.
nice, right?
Definitely the buff on that Spirit Vessel certainly helps. So you don't feel like it's a totally worthless item when it has no charges. Uh-oh. Disruption on the moon will force out the rollaway. But here comes EG, feeling confident. Feeling strong with that Alchemist.
This is the high ground, kind of end the game here by EG, what they're thinking about, because
But look
Heart is
at-
finishing out.
Crazy holding their little high ground side position, not looking to high ground inside their own base. There's that disruption a bit early. Pop the heal. Heavy shot from Ryoya onto the 2 of them. Skeeter's going to be able to get off the ultimate. Tries to take it to the out, but there he is, disrupted. They wait for him to come back, and he just turned and slaps him down. Ooh! And again, Troll is going to get put 6 feet under for 40 seconds without a buyback.
Yeah, they finished all the key items on Alchemist right now, so he's actually unkillable as long as Shadow Demon and the Legion is around. Even with just even with just like the Chen.
Let's see what their high ground siege looks like. Still 20 seconds for the Troll.
Radiant's middle
Chen's
tower is
gonna
under
recall the Legion now in 5 seconds.
This tier 3 is done. Rax is next.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Crazy in a unfortunate spot where they have to watch it unfold here. But Skeeter's back now. And they're doing this without an Alka Aegis, but he's just so beastly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Shards, but man, everybody's just waiting behind the mighty Alk. Like, God, don't worry, we got your back. Something were to go wrong, we'll have you. I bet,
yeah.
you know, the Kezu bottom lane push is still happening here, so somebody's got to go back and deal with it. It's going to be Ryoya. He's got the X and the cleave.
Yeah, KZ should still kind of stick around. Shouldn't TP back yet because he saw the X, so he knows that Kunkka can't TP back now.
They're also pressuring in from Crazy now. Look at this. They're running out the front door. I mean, Aoi just gets blasted there from Arteezy. Troll trying to find backliners here. Trying to take it to Fly. Fly, though, gets that disruption help, and he goes down. Ryoya able to get the finish onto Bryle with that duel setup from Bulba. And Crazy are just running out far from home and away, looking for a safe place to either cut the wave real fast and then TP back for their defense. But I think we know what's coming. 10k net worth advantage.
Dire's
The battering
top
arm of
tower
EG back in the mid lane again.
I wonder if they're gonna look into just thinking of hitting their tier 4s as well.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Oh,
Radiant's middle
no.
Play a nice, safe,
Look at that.
methodical game. Look
Yep.
into Roshan. Furion's like pressuring bottom, that's why.
Very annoying. We'll have to push this lane back out. Then go for Roche. Oh, Crazy. Can they go for the behind the back play, Roche? They ping it out.
And full ahead.
Our tour's gonna split right now. They know Chen can recall. EG read the map really well though. You saw like Crazy actually brought their whole team behind the Furion, acting like because Furion's been split pushing by himself all game, but they actually smoked behind him, and EG kind of like read that because they have a ward in their base and they said like, hey, no one's defending their racks, maybe they're sitting behind, so everyone TP'd on bottom lane to protect the Alchemist in case of any sort of crazy engagement just happened. When both of them are just like, reading the map and reading the Roshan, it's just gonna melt here, right?
Yeah, they can do it super fast. And Can EG get close enough to dump anything in? X is going to be onto Owie. He's like, look at me. Don't look in the pit. Look at me.
Dire's middle
Uh-oh.
And they get free dual damage, but they still manage to make it inside the pit. Moon's trying to block him out with the shards. Please don't come inside, but they throw the shark inside, and they blow them up. And Owie's like, I don't even want to see what happens with the Roche. The game's over. And it wouldn't have been any better. The Roche goes down. Anyone grab the Aegis yet?
No.
No.
Kill it. Nice job,
Ah,
Artur.
kills it. That's what we like to see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, game 3. Probably our more one-sided game of the day. I mean, it was an Alchemist game plan that seemed to work through and through. Strong draft when you have so much defensive capability to pull Alchemist out of potential trouble.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they really built that draft was like really built well around this Alchemist alone, and it just made him like an unstoppable thing. He was a beast because of it, and he just felt empowered so much that he was able to run these high grounds like completely blind, and just take over the game. And how EG really enabled this Alch to skyrocket his net worth as much as they did, because Crazy was pressuring this Alchemist. And when they realized what they were doing, EG was like, I can't just keep defending this Alchemist. We need to make a play on the map, use my Chen, use the 4 of our heroes, and let this Alchemist farm the stacks by pressuring tier 1s and just running at the enemy. And even if we die, it doesn't matter. As long as we're not trading and losing too much deaths out of it and dying all around the map. If we just trade like one core, one support each time we make these plays, it's going to work out. And then that's ultimately what happened and how they accelerated this farm from this Alchemist.
Yeah, and even though Ryoyo had a rough start to the game on his Kunkka, they were able to, as you say, come together as the 4 and at least pull focus away from the Alchemist and really what the big win condition was for Evil Geniuses. Something for other teams, I'm sure, to watch if they're studying this series and looking to play EG in the future. Maybe it's for the best to ban out the Alch. I mean, if EG are going to be willing to pick it second pick, right? Didn't they second pick? Yeah, I think they second picked it here in this draft. Might be something to consider.
It's a 10th pick Alchemist. That's how you get away with it. When you have second pick, it's a little different because it's like when you have a Chen, yeah, you see 2 heroes, and okay, it's a pretty decent Alchemist game. You 10th pick it. Otherwise, you're gonna have 4 counters.
That's not what they did this
3
game, though,
counters.
right? They definitely picked it like second in the draft.
Yeah, but it's different because it's like, for example, if Crazy had, if EG had second pick, Crazy first picked a hero, and EG opens up with Chen Alchemist. Then Crazy has 4 heroes that can potentially counter the Alchemist. But instead, they already showed 2 heroes, which is like Alch is already good verse. And now they only have 3 heroes that can counterpick the Alchemist. And they have 1 ban to protect the Alchemist as well, which was the Timbersaw ban.
No, that's
Does
fair.
that makes sense?
No, it definitely
That's how
does.
the drafting part.
All right, sorry. I am listening to you while also simultaneously updating the bracket. But you're right. It definitely mattered having the pick choice so that they could see what was potentially going to be coming their way. Does not look like we're going to have an interview this time. Sadly, we can't ask Mighty Bulba or anyone from EG how their experience was, how they were able to live evil. I do have an updated bracket, though, so I can bring that up for everybody. Now that we've finished today's action, I can give you a sneak peek at where we currently stand in the bracket here. With the win earlier, Quincy Crew advanced, taking 2-1 over Business Associates into the next round. Oh, actually, I didn't update. Evil Geniuses go into this spot. They'll be facing off against Quincy Crew in that next round. Evil Geniuses obviously just getting the win against Crazy 2-1. Now, this means that tomorrow we're going to be having Business Associates versus Thunder Predator and Crazy versus Cloud9. To be honest with you, I'm not sure which match is going to be first or second, but still lots of high playoff action to come. Good form for EG. I'm excited to watch them play Quincy in that next round. But Demon, that concludes our fun for today. I don't believe we have you scheduled for any future casts at the moment unless something is to change. So I gotta say it was an absolute pleasure to have you on, and thank you so much for coming in and joining me, especially most of it being on such short notice. Your insight was incredibly valuable, and I'm sure everybody at home appreciates you coming in. Do you have any words for, some of your fans out there, and anything of that nature?
All right. Thanks for having me on, Dakota. It's always just a pleasure casting, and Yeah, I think it was just a great series to watch. And today, I'm just glad we got to do total of 6 games today. After their quick days in our previous ones. But other than that, an honor casting, and it was fun as always.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we definitely witnessed some stomps today, a long one, and a lot of awesome Dota. So thank you again. Go show some love to Demon. What up?
Boba wants to do an interview if you want to still have him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Does he have this Discord? I can
Yeah.
quickly try to message him. I'm sure people want to hear from Bulba.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I messaged him. I told him to go do it.
Let me see.
Bulba insights are the best.
Bulba. I don't have him as a friend on Discord, so I can't give him the direct invite to this
I
channel
can
here.
I can do it. I think. How do you?
I can
invite-
message you the invite leak, maybe.
I can message on Steam. I think this is right.
All right, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can. I just brought up this window here. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to. I don't want to do this. Oh goodness. Okay. Hidden use copy button. Okay. Should I just Steam you?
Yeah.
The link? Okay, give me a second. Where are you at? There you are. There's the link to the Discord that we are currently chatting in. See if we can get Bulba in here or not.
He said he's coming.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for the hookup. We'll get to hear from the
Nice.
master and legend himself.
Told him to join the waiting room, right?
Yeah, I can drag him in here.
Join.
There he is. That's him, right? Common sense?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. We are bestowed and honored to have legendary coach and player Bulba joining me and Demon here for an interview. Bulba, congratulations on your win, 2-1 rather, against Crazy. Man, how does it feel? Are you living evil right now? What? Live
Yeah.
evil, my man.
Hashtag leave evil.
All right, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit on my end here to hear you.
Sorry.
No, I got you. Oh my God, now you're loud. I'm gonna turn you down a bit. All right. So exciting, thrilling series. You finish off that last game, putting everything you can into Artur's Alchemist. It's a first phase Alchemist. It's a lot of confidence. Did you guys feel that regardless of what was to come in the draft, even with that early Alchemist pick, that you had that one in the bag, or did you still feel a little uneasy having that early commitment?
I mean, think I think at some point the game felt like we had it, like pretty won. I mean, I think the early game they definitely did some good things, but I think at some point it was like it was hard for them to win. So I mean, that's kind of like game 2 was game like similar to game 3, for both teams. So,
Yeah. How about game number 2 now? You guys had an interesting draft in that one. I believe you pulled out that bounty hunter in like the first phase, and like a crystal
Yeah.
maiden and a weaver. No real like traditional like tanky frontliner. You had this kind of skirmishy, elusive little invis type of lineup. Do you want? I don't want you to reveal all the secrets, but
No, that's fine. You can reveal your secret. What are your thoughts
tell us a
there?
bit about
Like,
what are the thoughts on draft number 2? We were both enjoying that one.
I mean, I think it's like we don't scrim, so I'm not saying that's like an excuse, but we kind of just try, like, whatever we think could be good. Bounty seemed pretty fun in like NA pubs, and I asked for it, and it didn't go so well. So, I mean, the hero is definitely like something to be tested. That was basically it, and then it's like I don't think anyone really gets mad if we win or if we lose or anything. We're just like, testing, and based on the situation, these are kind of like these games are kind of basically like what we have to play. So
it's like
we're
your
making the
practice,
best
right?
of we're making the best of it, and it's fun too, especially for me. I have fun playing. So yeah, just making life during COVID.
Yeah, of course. No, that's exactly what we had interpreted it as. Obviously this is an opportunity for you guys to use it as practice and do some experimentation with some pickups that you thought might be good. Why not here on stream?
Yeah, I mean,
Fun life, Boba.
I mean, it's definitely been good. I think for the Dota scene in general, in some ways, like There's a lot of you get to see people get to watch a lot more Dota these days. I think there's a lot of more matches. Tier 2, Tier 3 teams are getting a lot more like notoriety. So I think whatever's happening has been pretty good. Like Dota's definitely been very, very alive right now. You know,
I
like
think so. Yeah,
so.
I love the patch. I feel like we're seeing a lot of the hero pool, people pulling it out from all different stops. They're getting quite flexible in the draft, throwing heroes all over the place. I know it's pretty early for the latest patch, 7.26a, but did you have any early thoughts about it, or is it still too soon to?
That one I can't really share too much. I think,
Yeah.
but I can say like, I mean, we're still exploring it. Like pub games are definitely very different than these games.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different things, you know, like so what might work in one environment might not work in the another environment. So that's like probably the biggest thing, you know, like and we kind of tested that at the group stages too, if you recall. Like we had, you know, some like random drafts and stuff, you know, testing shit out. And but yeah, that was basically it. Like we don't, you know, it's like it's just a new game. The game changes every week, and you gotta, you know, just try and guess what's best.
Can you elaborate on how one environment might not work in another environment for me, Boba? I didn't really understand that.
I don't know, Jimmy.
Yeah, what are you trying to say? Are pubs a bit different? They're not as competitive.
No, I solo queue a pub, and I get Jimmy. I am in a match, and I'm versus AUI. That's the difference.
Ah, I see.
I'm kidding. I love you, Jimmy.
I love to hear you the relationship you two have as you rag on each other. But that will do it. It's been a pleasure. I'm ready to go though. It's been a long day of action, and Bulba, I always appreciate you stopping by for these interviews to give us just a small piece of what has EG been up to and what they're putting into these games. And
Thanks,
yeah.
Boba.
Thank you so much, Bulba.
Yeah, Coddle guy. Do you still play Coddle, by the way?
I love Coddle. Are you kidding me? Especially
Every
these
time-
days.
Every time he sees a coddle, he's like always hyped up when it's banned. Just like this, he's really
Yeah.
sad about it.
Yeah, they'll probably nerf him more, unfortunately. But I don't know. Do you like Coddle? Game number 2,
No, I'm
you
just
guys got a
wondering.
piece of him, but
I was wondering if you play Coddle because I remember
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw you, you were like you used to stream, and you were wearing the Coddle outfit.
yeah. Yeah.
And I remember AUI linked me this like 6 years ago, and like holy shit, look at this guy. He just dresses up as Coddle and plays. I remember what I said. I'm like, this guy must not have a life.
I did. At the time, it's like that's how you get the attention to yourself. It's like everybody look at me. I'm drinking. I'm playing Coddle. I'm dressed as Coddle. Watch me, and that's how you
Yeah.
get into the scene with that kind of passion for the game.
My last question is, what do you think about coddle and what made you give him away in game 2?
Stop asking me these
Mm.
baiting questions, Jimmy.
What?
Mm.
I'm curious. What?
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, just testing, like like
Testing the Coddle counter.
yeah, that's all.
Coda, come on, man. He was. I'm baiting him. I need
I
some-
know. I
thought-
gotta
I-
help him out. I'm working for him too. I'm helping him out here.
I thought I was gonna go and basically like attack the like Coddle and steal his gold, but
Yeah.
it didn't really happen.
Yeah, he's
And
pesky. He's fast.
my last question is, sorry for all these questions. I'm bombarding you, Boba, but
Trying to
so
suck the intel out of him.
Like,
Poor
who's kind of
Coddle
like,
guy wants to leave, dude. He wants to go eat dinner.
I'm giving you
wants to
one
get
more
dinner.
question. Go
Alright,
for it, Demon.
so,
Last
like,
question.
who drafts? Who drafts for the team? Because I noticed like you guys have been switching draft all around. I saw Crit drafting Fly, and then you.
I think, I mean, like I said, I think Arturo drafted one game too. We just kind of, I think for the last, whatever the ESL one, I did it, and then up till a few days ago, and then I didn't really have like, I think it was like a little bit hard for me because I haven't played offlane in so long, and I'm also like drafting, and it worked well for me at ESL, the online one, but I think the last week, and I had some personal issues too, and I was like, I didn't really, it felt like there was too much for me to kind of focus on with playing again, and also playing a core role, which is like not really like, that I haven't played in so long, and also drafting, it felt like there was way too much on the kitchen for me. I don't know, whatever,
Too much pressure for you.
Yeah.
I know.
Lot on the
It was a lot of stuff. A lot on the that's the word. A lot on the table.
I got your back with
So,
the table.
yeah.
But then
Yeah,
now I got to ask another question because you're talking about drafting here. Who was responsible for that Spirit draft a couple days back?
That's Crit, right?
Was it Crit?
I mean, we just wanted to all try it out.
All right, you
except
don't have to
Arturo.
say.
I think Arturo. No, I think we all like. I mean, I was down. I mean, I was the only one not playing a Spirit. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you missed out getting Vengeful Spirit or Spirit Breaker to really
Oh, yeah.
solidify the full 5 stack, but we appreciate your entertaining
I mean, I-
drafts and games.
I mean, I think just like you kind of play the DPC and everything is so damn serious, and then suddenly it feels like these games we can have fun here and there. So that's
Yeah.
basically it.
I'm
You know,
glad
got-
you're having fun, Boba, and
Yeah.
that brings a smile to my face.
I
Bulba,
don't know if Jimmy's being sarcastic or not, Dakota.
wait, I got another question, Bulba. You're never really going to leave.
Yeah.
Universe unfortunately announced his retirement today. What are your thoughts
Oh.
about that?
It's a good
Oh,
question.
I mean, I remember this is like a funny story if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, it actually involves Caudle. So this was like, I think 11 years ago. This was like literally 11 years ago, 10 years ago in Dota 1.
Dota 1.
And I was playing in the league. Back then I was in college. I wasn't playing as much Dota, but I used to come home and go back to my dorm after class, and I used to play this league in NA called THR.
Yep.
It was really fun.
Mhm.
And then I met this guy called Universe in a pub, and he played Caudle. Yeah. And his Caudle was really good. Like he just knew it. I laned with him, and he kind of just did everything right. And then I added him to my BattleNet friends list. And I remember like BattleNet used to only have 25 friends.
Mhm.
So I added him on my friends, and then I started talking to him, and then that's actually how I met Universe. And I always joke to Universe, Universe, I invented you, my friend, because I found you in that pub. And he always he sarcastically replies, and Universe, he's never really angry or mad. He just says, like he kind of giggles and laughs,
Yeah.
this chill guy. So Jimmy knows the story too.
But do you know who invented you in Universe?
Yeah. Who invented?
Jimmy.
Thank you.
Damn.
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy met me in a pub, and yeah, so.
So obviously a bit sad that Universe is going
Yeah,
to
so
be
I'm
stepping
definitely
away.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
Universe.
too, man.
I've known Universe for so long since like Dota. I think like Jimmy, Universe, and me and Fear kind of been like really close friends for like 11 years now. So it's kind of sad to see, and I don't know when I'm gonna like whatever quote unquote retire, but so.
Hang it up.
But it's kind of I don't know if he'll come back or not. I'm not sure if he would, but he definitely seems like a man of his word. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he
From what he said, and I don't fault him for, is he's a guy who wants to make sure he's giving it his 100%. If he's in on competing Dota, he wants to make sure it's all he's thinking about. And obviously, in these times with the pandemic, it's hard to be focused really on anything. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? We can only hope, but we all hope Universe. We wish him the best with whatever he decides to do. Him and PPD, two big
All right,
losses
well-
for NA Dota.
One last question. Are we done
Okay.
here?
Final-
what do you want us to
Final
Dakota
final
wants to
question.
go eat dinner, dude.
No,
Final
that's my
question.
question. Are we done here?
All right, we are done here. All
that
right.
was my, that was a good question.
Dude, Bulba, thank you again so much. It was greatly appreciated that you came by for the interview. Thank you so much.
God wants to
Take
go
care.
home.
All right, later, brother. Kicking him out of that channel. All right. Also, Jimmy, I'm done with you too. So thank you so
Okay,
much.
Thank you.
Say, have a good one, man.
Thank you. You too.
All right. That was awesome. Had a fantastic time with them. Hearts in the chat for both Bulba and Jimmy. They're both great guys and have been in the scene forever. And, it's sad to see some people hang up the gloves, but hopefully more get to stick around and have that kind of lore and history to share. I'm done today. Tomorrow, maybe my last day for Beyond the Summit Pro Series. I may be back with Grand Grant as we tackle that lower bracket. It's been a pleasure to bring you the coverage for today, but we are all done. Take care. I'll see you back tomorrow. Same time, same place when we'll be on the Summit Pro Series action. Take care, everybody.